music funny, you guys? Jesus. How funky. Wow. Hi. We'll do more. Let's see what this one is. The heck's that? This one is that's too slow. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, this is red wine, but wine is W-H-I-N-E. Oh my God. We'll do one more. What is one? This one's every night of the week rock. See? Wait, I gotta stop stuff. How do I stop it? How do I stop? Pause. Oh God. Hello. Hi. Oh. Goodness gracious, meal misers. Hi everyone. Oh, hi Freeside. Hi Sleuth Fairy. Freeside says, hey. Oh my God, these things fade in out way too dang fast. Then I gotta stroll all the way up. Souffle, PCT, what up, mama? 3 Dot, hey Chad and Free, hit that MF like. Sean B, hi Paper Cut. Let's see. Oh my God, there's some funny comments in here. I'm gonna read them all. Where are we? Need more coaching flashes. Just saying. What? What does that mean? 3 Dot Cooch. Oh my God, Tina. I have to keep hitting on it. I'm gonna read them all because I'm coming across some others here. it's not self-serving. 3 dots in the top corner. Hi, everyone. Let's go. Oh, dear. People are really funny. Don't you guys realize I used to always dance before my lives to little YouTube videos? And I was like, wait a minute. I think I can pull up the studio on the iPad. How do I get things to say? No, that's not it. Mary Jane has party things. Aaron Eberhard, Exodus, Turn Around, Nikki Love. Oh my. You guys are hilarious. You really are. Joe Centrone, your grandchildren are seeing this. Well, what's wrong with it? Deep breath, slow down. Well, I had a stroke 3.5 years ago. You got to remember that. Anna says, how desperate for views are you? It's not like that. I just do what I enjoy doing. All the exercise besides walking through this apartment that I've had today. Because remember, it rains a lot in Washington State. Sweet Sativa. Oh my God, you resorted back to this, Tina. Pathetic beyond measures. Learn to dance. FFS. Wrong. I don't understand. I didn't even do anything that intense. Get it, girl, says Jana Wooldridge. Leanie says nothing wrong with dancing. Mean peeps suck, just saying. You're funny. That's what 3 dots said. Trying to catch up. Hi, Sean B. Sister Callie. Everyone. Eddie Siciliano. Very sexy. Well, it's nice. Exodus, that body still looks good. Thank you. Anna, at least her vajayjay isn't showing through her, oh God, through her, you know what, through her, oh good, through her underwear this time, although the pictures are everywhere on her hater channels. I don't have people that hate me. I have people that dance it out. Thomas Fetters, so is sex. Oh my God, oh, I already read that. Dancing is healthy. You know, you want to get your heart going now and then. Get it, girl. Nothing wrong with dancing. Mean peeps, I already read that. Stop being rude to her, says Eddie. Thank you, Eddie, and everyone else. Well, you know, I don't look too bad for 62. I know that. But, you know, I mean, you have to work on it. You've got to ride a bicycle. You've got to walk. You can't just hop in your car every time you want to go somewhere. You know, it's kind of far away. Oh. PCT, are we going to get a sexy novel reading tonight? Thanks, Eddie. That's really nice. Hi, Lunch Lady. Vertical Lives get you a lot of new subs. Boy, they do. New names in here. Please sub up to me, you guys. That would be wonderful. Help me get up to my, what is it? 2,000. I want to get up to 2,600 real bad. You Manx. I'm 62. Yeah. I was born in 1962 and I'm 62. Thanks, Eddie Siciliano. Thank you. He subbed. That's so nice. Yeah, I usually do StreamYard. So, wow, that's really nice. Thank you. Oh, golly, you guys have to keep hitting the thing. There you go. All right. Thanks, Leanie. Thank you. Well, you know, I should finish this book and then I'll see if I can find a Harlequin, okay? Thanks, U-Man TV. Well, I was blessed. I had a daughter and a son, and I was blessed with no lines, which is really nice. I mean, no stretch marks, and pretty good genes, I think, from my mom's side. You know what I mean? Oh, hi, KB30JG. Yeah, it's a different setup. I ran out of, I couldn't get StreamYard. Oh. No blow. Thanks, that's really sweet. Well, you know, I don't even know how to use the filters. I mean, see, I got a little bit of wrinkle here. You know, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm by no means perfect, but I don't even know how to use those filters. I don't know how women even do that on here. It's gonna be funny to watch back. So you're just live from the browser. Yeah, just YouTube YouTube live. Yeah. So I have that light behind me and it's driving me bonkers. There we go. Hi, Ray Jones, MGA. Hi, Shirley. Hi, everyone. Okay, so first of all, I couldn't even the other iPad with my son. I couldn't even pull up. I couldn't even get my account, and I was ready to give up. And then I was able to get into Studio finally. So that was kind of fun. So now I know I can do that. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read the copyright. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Okay, so class, listen in, class. I am writing greetings from Tajikistan. Tajikistan. Wait, let me see that. I want to make sure I say it right. Where is it? Oh, there's Dark Angel MGA. Can I do a shout out? Can you shout out your brother, Football 00? Who is that? Wow, we have people from all over the world. Please sub up to me, you guys. Will you help me get to 2,600? Yeah, so you know how I usually do StreamYard? I ran out of hours. Oh, Tajikistan. Tajikistan. And I can't even put the comments up on here. Get in those messages, girl. Oh my God. I don't know how old you are, but I guess I'd say you're in your 40s. Well, thank you. I'm 62. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of intense. I mean, I'm trying to embrace aging, but when I turned 50, I felt like I was 30, you know, and when I had my stroke, I had a Keysmic thalamic stroke up here. When I had that 3.5 years ago, I was about 58. Yeah, it was scary because I felt really good and resting that day. I'm not embracing aging, says Leanie. Format you broadcast on. StreamYard. Broadcast on. I think so. Anyway, thank you for all the compliments. That's really sweet. I didn't go live last night. I was feeling extra tired. In all honesty, I rarely take a nap. I try color. If I miss your name, don't be offended. I'm blind as a bat. I need to get new contacts because my others are old. And then I'll be able to read things from here. Okay. So this is from my book. I'm not going to read for hours or anything. It's called, it's a game. These are the rules. 10 rules for being human. Cherie Carter Scott, PhD. For those that are new, that have subbed up to me, if you watch some of my past videos, you'll see some of what I've been through, online cyberbullying and whatnot. And did I stick up for myself and even, I guess, dish some of it back? Yes. But mine wasn't like malicious intent. It just wasn't. I didn't want to go there. I've had my messages, private messages, blasted all over the internet. I've been through a lot. No, this is iPad version. Yeah. So I like to read a little bit now and then, not very often. I've covered a lot of true crime. If you look back at my videos, I think I have 222 in a little over a year. Thank you, Sean B, for that. You know, serial killers from around the world, and I always say this, disappearance on cruise ships, because frankly, they're not that safe. And things like that, and other things, and mainstream crime, some of that, and Carly Gregg, the young girl that got tried as an adult and convicted as an adult, and different things like that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, hit the like. Maybe I can get 100 likes. I usually get 30 or 60. I haven't had 100 in a while. That'd be really nice. But to even have one sub tonight, well, it's pretty early here. I'm in Washington State. Oh, I don't have the time on my iPad. I'm 31 minutes in. Yeah, it's only 6:41 here. So I'll be making dinner when I'm done. I'm really happy you're all here. Thank you. Did that say Corvette Girl? Hello. So I might have to just it up a little. I don't want to miss your comments. We'll see if this works. Leaning against my, oops, Kleenex. I mean, I have a little table, see, right there, a little table that bends and is really nice. But I think I want to sit like this if it works. Oh my God. Look at that. Thanks, you guys. So, I mean, this is, this is positivity here. And I'll get my pillow. It's not a lot. It's maybe half an hour of reading. Start through with me. There. So, learning does not end. We're on rule 5. Does it ever seem like just when you've mastered one lesson, another challenge presents itself? Thanks, Mary Jane. Presents itself almost immediately. Just when you get what it means to possess self-esteem, you are faced with a lesson in humility. As soon as you get what it means to be a good parent, your children leave home, and you need to learn the lesson of letting go. You figure out one day the importance of having time to yourself, and the next day you are called to support someone else. Striving to get all the details of life under control is impossible. Life will present new lessons daily. You never actually finish all your lessons. For as long as you're alive, there are lessons to learn, regardless of your age or station in life or success level. You will never be exempt from the lessons you need to learn in order to continue growing. Hi, baby bub. I just did. I just did dance a little bit to those. The description for the music was funky, and it was quite funky, wasn't it? Kind of a funky. Um, your journey on earth is constantly unfolding. Your wisdom grows and your capacity to deal with challenges expands. Lessons will present themselves. In fact, as the depth of your wisdom increases, I will make sure I have the other iPad and do a little dance before my lives. If you guys sub up, you new people, you new men and women, sub up for me, please. All right. Next time. I need to do it before my lives, and it's 3 hours earlier than the Eastern time, so people are nestling in the evening right now, and here we haven't even had supper, but we usually always eat by 6:30, but we had a late lunch. So hi, Lolly Logic. New lessons will present themselves. In fact, as the depth of your wisdom increases, capacities. 3. Which book I should read? Well, I read part of that one book. What was it? Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And I read that Pebbles in the Pond. All the different mental challenges and issues that people have, the intense hyperdonia and catatonic. I mean, we know what that means, but all these words associated with different real maladies that people suffer from. Hi, Ryan. How are you? Yeah, so in fact, as the depth of your wisdom increases, your capacities expand proportionately, allowing you to take on and solve with greater ease more advanced challenges. It may come as a relief to finally understand that you never actually master life, and that striving to do so only lead to frustration. The best you can do is strive to master the process by which you experience it. Life is a year-round school from which you never actually graduate, so it is the learning process itself that brings true value to existence. The challenge of Rule 5 is to embrace your role as a perpetual student of life. This means giving in the idea that you actually don't know everything that you need to, and you never will. It also means that you need to convince your ego that being a student does not make you inferior, Dave. Okay, you need to convince your ego, 2. Dave. That being a student here in my class, Dave. Thanks. Hi, J. Brad. Yeah, doesn't make you inferior. In fact, being a student opens up worlds of possibilities, Dave, that are invisible to those who are unwilling to accept this role. In order to rise to the challenge of embracing your role as perpetual student, you need to learn the lessons of surrender, commitment, humility, flexibility. Without these important lessons, you will never be able to open your mind, heart, and spirit wide enough to allow yourself to take in all that life has to teach you. Surrender. Surrender doesn't obstruct our power, it enhances it. That's by Marianne Williamson, and that's interesting because I read a book and finished a book called Return to Love by Marianne Williamson about, 2 weeks ago. Surrender doesn't obstruct our power, it enhances it, she says. What's this live about? Hi, JQ. Well, I usually dance a little bit before my videos. I used to cover a lot more true crime. I don't do all the mainstream like Sebastian and all that stuff that other people cover, because so many other people that cover it. So I cover missing people and past crimes and that kind of thing. But lately I've been trying to lighten it up a little bit. You read a book once, 3. you know, with just kind of learning a little bit. And then, yeah, yeah. And according to Leanie, she has a channel, according to Leanie. Help her get to 1,000 subs, you guys. That would be so cool. She would love that. 3 Dot might have one. 3 Dot Dave might have a channel. But this one is just calming everything down, not meditating, but just thinking about life and how to treat people nicely in chats, treat, you know, the creators, your hostess or host, with some grace, you know, and some understanding, and being so judgmental, you know, and honestly, you'll have a happier and healthier life. You know, the less stress you exude. Oh my god, it's a 22-second cat video. It's a thriller, says Jay Brad. How can you read if you can't see, you dirty brat? No, I can. If I don't have my contacts in, I can see up close. I'm nearsighted, which means I can't see far away. So surrender is the transcendence of ego and the release of control. When you surrender to your lessons that arise, you allow yourself to flow with the rhythm of life rather than struggling against it. The peaks and valleys of personal path become easier to traverse when you surrender to them. The key to coming to peace with your role as a perpetual student lies in surrendering to what is, rather than trying to create what you envision it should be. If resistance has been a theme throughout your life, then surrender will appear in your curriculum. If you are one of those people who always have to do things his way, Dave, 2 Dot Dave, or who possesses a strong willful ego, then surrender will seem like defeat. But surrender only signifies defeat in war. In life, it signifies transcendence. This is not to say that you should remain passive and just let life happen to you. Anyway, I wanted to say to that person that was asking about my live, I'm very spontaneous. I'm very impromptu. I don't even schedule my lives. They're usually early evening Eastern time, around this time now. For me, it'd be a lot later, but I was getting to bed sometimes at like 3 in the morning, and I look British. That's funny. I've never had anyone say that to me. Thank you, Nicholas. I'm 80% Norwegian, and the other 20% is thanks, Sean B. Well, see, I've got a little more now than when it was so short. The other 20% is Scot, Dutch, Irish, Polish, and what is it? Scot, Polish, Irish. Oh, and German. Okay, but that's all of those in 20%. You know, so what is that? That's nearly 5% for each of those. But I have full-fledged Norwegian grandparents. Last name Olsen, last name Strand. Yeah. No, I don't know any German. But my daughter. The format isn't conducive to people hitting the like PCT. You're so funny, 3 Dot. I know. My lives are for everybody, but I'm real. I'm transparent. I'll laugh at the drop of a pin. I'll cry at the drop of a pin. I can get angry at, well, not really at a drop of the pin. That has to be like built up in me, and it has to be like a reason. You're hilarious. The key, where am I now? The key to coming peace. Oh wait, I already read that. If you are one of, okay. But I already read that. This is not to say that you should remain passive and just let life happen to you. Oh, thanks, Lolly. That's really sweet. I got to read that out loud because that was really kind of profound and sweet and beautiful. Tina has a very fragile and delicate beauty. It is gorgeous, and she's gorgeous, like a fragile beauty. Wow. Thank you. Um, okay. This is not to say that you should remain passive and just let life happen to you. Rather, you need to learn to surrender to those circumstances over which you never really had any control anyway. Ironically, as I was working on this very chapter, I had one of those tragic computer glitches, people. And that's the other thing. Mary Jane, you're in here often. Hey, DC Channel, Dave Billy Bub. You're so funny. There's my friend Demetrius. Please sub up to him. He's he makes lives and needs people to support him like we all do. And that's his channel. DC Channel stands for Demetrius. Oh, maybe I won't say your last name even though it's been on your other lives. But he's down south. He's a good friend of mine. I met him up on Tattooed Rebels channel. And we're still friends. And yeah, he had a little scare. He had to go to the hospital last night, but things are better today. I can say it, Demetrius Carter. Yes. So yeah. Okay, so anyway, when I watched back my live from 2 days ago, oh my gosh. Like, what was happening? Like, I'm talking, and then the very last word, not even in a sentence, but a few sentences later, would like dip out. And then I'd talk again, and it would, and you could catch it. I mean, you could understand a full conversation, but how's my sound? Mary Jane and Leanie. I will, Leanie, Coolini. All right, gotta go. All right, DC. Thanks for stopping by. Prayers for you. How's my sound, you guys? I mean, is it like clear and consistent? And oh, I hope so. Oh, I need to tell my son. I gotta close his door. Otherwise, everything he says will be all over. I don't know how to stop my video. Okay. How's my sound? Did I miss that when it came up maybe? She should, fabulous wink. Sound is good. Really, Sean B? Wow. Oh, Joseph Grace. Show your titties. He spells it Tiddies. I've never seen that before. No, I don't have an OnlyFans. People told me I should, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna do. And, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I was talking about the glitch in which I lost 12 pages of material, she says. The moment the screen went blank, I knew I was being tested. I had a choice. I could either get very upset over the lost material. Oh my God. Keep reading, PC. I'm so into it. Listen to you, 3 Dot. Oh my goodness gracious. There's all these new names. D.B. Cooper, Ogford P. Doggy. Wow. Will you guys hit the like for me at least, even if you don't want to subscribe to me? But that would be very helpful too. I'm trying to get to, I'm like 2,540 something, and I want 2,600 really bad. And with all you new people, I could reach it tonight. And I would be tickled pink. Stripper Jane, you know who's crushing hard on you is Charlie K. Outlaw Tiger. Who is that? All right. Okay, I had a choice. I would either get very upset over the lost material or just surrender to the fact that it was gone and start over. Oh my God. Oh, is he? He's that kind of older sounding man that talks for him or something like that. Wow. Some guy in chat said, I will tickle your pink. My goodness. He does not have it bad for me. Stripper Jane, he doesn't even know who I am. Oh, God. No, I'm not going to read that. I'm a Democrat. Through and through. Okay. Either get upset over the lost material or just surrender to the fact that it was gone and start over. Either way, surrender or no surrender, the reality remained the same. The material was gone, whether I surrendered to the fact or became upset about it. Would I have preferred to have not lost all those hours of work? Of course, but there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. I chose to bypass the drama, went for a walk to clear my head, and came back to rewrite the lost pages. Oh Lord, Ogford, you're full of jokes tonight, aren't you? If you surrender to the fact that the universe will always present you with lessons over and over again, you can stop trying to second guess the divine plan. See, there's a divine plan, you guys. There's a divine plan. You will be amazed how much easier life gets when you stop resisting it and ride the waves toward the fulfillment of your destiny. That's something I've never done. I've never surfed. And I've never, what is that called? Not body wakeboard. Wakeboard. I've never done that either. I've seen one. How many surfers do we have in chat? Curious. I watched this guy and his friends were kind of, I don't want to say hippie, kind of hippie-ish, reggae-ish, whatever, with their long hair, and they were surfing the waves before, before Helene hit. I lane surf. I lane surf? I lane surf. I don't know what that means, J. Oh, golly. J. Brad. Lanes on road. Oh, yeah. I used to be a pretty avid skier, downhill and cross country. I had my own skis, and I had some really nice wooden Norwegian ones for cross country skiing. And I had some nice, back then, I mean, we're talking in the 80s and 90s, Fisher. Nice Fisher downhill. I don't know what happened to him. I moved so many times. But that's something I'd like to do again sometime, is ski. Yeah. And I water skied a few times, but I had to drink to get on those skis. I was just petrified. Mostly of going down that murky, I mean, it was Lake Champagne, Lake Champlain, and it's the one right next to Burlington, Vermont, where I went to high school. And I knew it was massively deep, and it did. It had some seaweedy, murky stuff. And oh, are you in Atlanta right now, Leanie? Wow. There's a lot of crime in Atlanta. Be careful. I mean, no, I don't. I haven't drank two dot Dave. I haven't drank in 30 years. Nothing. 24 miles a day. It took an hour and a half. Wow. Oh, you're home now. Okay, good. Good. You're safe. I don't know. Traveling distances like that. Did you, Jay Brad? Atlanta for 15 years. I mean, I don't know. That's what I heard on the news, that there's a lot of crime in Atlanta, but there are in all those great big cities, right? Houston, Texas, and just LA and all over, right? Okay, so stop resisting controlling it and ride the waves toward the fulfillment of your destiny. Commitment. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. Nobody wanted to sleep with you at the stop, Lainey. You made zero money. I was worried. I can't believe your doors weren't locked. I said in chat, make sure your doors are locked. And you said, oh, okay, I'm going to do that. And I heard a click, which means they weren't locked. I mean, Lord. My aunt, she's not alive now. She passed from cancer. I think it's been a good 6 years, but she had somebody when she was at the lights just open the door and try to get in her car, and that stuff's scary. Lord. Commitment. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. That's by Thomas Edison. Commitment means devoting yourself to something or someone and staying with it, no matter what. If you look at anyone who's a good student, you will see a shining example of commitment. 2 dot. Okay. This person's talking to you. You'll be a good student if you commit to my readings. He or she is fully devoted to his or her course of study and commits to it all the time, energy that is needed to excel. As you come to embrace your role as a matriculating student, you need to make a commitment to yourself and the universe to learning and mastering all your lessons. If you have this lesson in your life path, it will show up as an inability to make choices or to stick to choices already made. Start with the difficulty in choosing ice cream flavors, grow into a dilemma about how to spend your free time, then get compounded by where to live. Read only famous quotes. If you still haven't learned the lesson by adulthood, it could manifest in ambivalence. If you spend 20 minutes agonizing over whether to order a tuna sandwich on rye or whole wheat, then commitment is definitely a lesson you need to learn. Molly, a widow living in Florida, had been alone for 6 years when she decided she wanted to find a new partner. So at the age of 75, she started dating again for the first time in 50 years. But instead of taking the attitude that she didn't need or want to learn anything new at her age, Molly enthusiastically committed to learning a whole new set of lessons that are essential to anyone who is dating. When a man who she liked never called after their first date, she needed to relearn the lesson of self-esteem. When she met a gentleman, she acted rudely toward her. She needed to remember the lesson of compassion. When she consistently attracted men who did not want to be in committed relationships, she needed to re-examine the lesson of causality. It was commitment to continue learning that kept her going and eventually led her to Morty, Morty, a 78-year-old retired insurance salesman. Oh my gosh, 3 dot. I'm happy to say, who shared her love of golf and Chinese food. I'm happy to say that Molly and Morty are currently planning their wedding. Amazing. Never too old to find love. Okay, humility. And when you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. By Khalil Gibran. Or is it Gibran? Or Gibran? Isn't it Gibran? Khalil Gibran. That's interesting. When you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. Humility, yes, yes. A person with humility has a confident, yet modest sense of his or her own merits, but also an understanding of his or her limitations. The moment you think you've seen everything or know all, been there, done that, the universe senses arrogance and gives you a great big dose of humility. You must give up on the idea that you can ever become so enlightened. Yeah, that would be so much fun. I would have to make sure if I was going on that I had my motion sickness stuff. I'd have to have my ginger gum. I mean, yeah, I found out I needed that for flying. I had to chew ginger gum. And it worked. And then like those little drops, I mean, since I was a little girl, I mean, it's not like I'm going to throw up all over someone's car or anything, but it's, if you feel that kind of, and then when I stayed with my mom on her and her husband's houseboat, my 20s, don't be meek. Scopolamine patch for motion sickness. Really? Wow. Okay, so been there, done that. The universe. Okay, you must give up on the idea that you can ever become so enlightened that you have nothing left to learn. Zen masters know that even for them, learning never ends. Humility is a lesson that stings, for along with it usually comes some kind of loss or downfall. The universe likes to keep things in balance, so when an inflated ego ignores civility and patience, all right, thanks, Leanie. You scrub away those dishes and learn with us. It introduces humility as a way to bring the ego back down to earth. Though the sting okay. Your dogs can watch me too. Though the sting feels like a wound at the time, it really is just a poke from the higher power to keep you balanced. Some people experience so much success in life that they take it for granted, expecting things to go their way automatically. When this results in an inflated ego that ignores patience and civility, arrogance is bred and humility becomes a curriculum requirement. That is what happened. Will. Okay. Extremely handsome, tan, and athletic with penetrating eyes. Here's your romance novel. All right, 2 dot. Will looked and dressed like a fashion model. Things came easily to him and he mastered everything he tried. Hi, Keith Yutzi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here. And he mastered everything he tried with his charm, intelligence, and talents. His business was lively and success was a way of life. So when Will was served a lawsuit one day, he assumed that the case would work out as easily as everything else in his life, and he didn't worry about it. But it didn't, and the suit eventually led to the breakup of his company. He tried for months afterward to get a job, but no one would hire him. His finances became strained. Hello, Max Smith. Payments fell behind, and finally bankruptcy was his only option. Max, tell Team Rose to check her mail, okay? Her P.O. box. Today and tomorrow. Will couldn't understand. Wait. His finances became strained, payments fell behind, and final bankruptcy was his only option. Will couldn't understand why his magic was no longer intact, and after 7 years of assorted that yielded no magic, he finally faced up to the lesson of humility. Waiting to see me. Yeah, and also I need to block her. I meant to do that last night, and I'm being really honest, I forgot. So when this live is over, I'm going to go into my community thing in my studio and unblock her, because when I said I want to squash things and be friends, like I do. I don't want to just squash things. I'd like to be friends. I mean, we're kind of a lot alike. We tape, or stream whatever we want. Nothing's really planned. We're both pretty darn transparent about our lives. We're both the exact same age. Well, no, I'm not saying, well, that's to her. I needed to squash things for my mental wellness, to tell you the truth, because when that's always lingering over there, or lingering here or over there, or you hear is through other creators or people in chats, it's just no good. It's not healthy either. And I miss her. I do. I miss her. I miss Maria. But I miss people that I'm used to seeing a lot. But I want, the other reason I want to do it though, is I want to help possibly facilitate some healing for her, for her. Because even the live that she watched from 10 days ago really affected her and upset her. And listened to her live clear across the United States. I didn't intervene. I didn't type in chat, anything. I wanted her to be able to kind of vent and say what she needed to say. But it might have been better or even easier on her if she had seen that 10 days ago, but she hadn't. And so it dredged up negativity, right? And I felt bad about that. Yeah, I can tell the way she talks. I can tell, but I know trust is earned, right? And just because she's gonna get her shirt back doesn't mean she just full-fledged wants to, have me in her panel and in her chat and in her life, and even want to come over and say hi to me. I think, you guys, she squashed things with mission. I saw that over on Sierra's one night. I don't know if it's still that way, but hopefully it is. Okay. When he came to see me, this Will guy that had everything, right? I couldn't understand how so much misfortune could come to a perfect person like him. He had to learn that his talents were wonderful, but were negated alongside an attitude of arrogance. He looked condescendingly upon people who didn't have his gifts, speaking to them in a patronizing manner, treating them with impatience and annoyance, judging them worthless or stupid. So his curriculum led him to the lesson of humility. Over time, Will came to understand why life had given him so many intense lessons in humility. They were difficult for him at first, but with understanding. Wow, thanks, Thanks, Keith. Keith Yudsi. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Um, the lessons were difficult for him at first, but with understanding, Will made sense of his situation and committed to learning his lessons. Turned his circumstances around. Have pride in who you are and what you have accomplished. However, if you find yourself harboring secret thoughts of arrogance or conceit, remind yourself of the lesson of humility before the universe does it for you. Thank you. It will sting much less that way. Okay, now we have another little one. And the last one, 2 dot, you made it almost through the whole little chapter lesson thing of rule, was it 5 or 6? I think it was 5. 5. We're on to flexibility. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. That's by Winston Churchill. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. That makes a lot of sense. Flexibility is defined being adaptable to change. In the course of your lifetime, you will be tempted to try to hold to what is, when in fact, what is only a temporary phase that evolves almost immediately into what was. It is essential to bend and flex around every new circumstance, as rigidity robs you of the opportunity to see the freedom of new possibilities. In order to truly embrace your role as a student of life, you need to cultivate the ability to move easily from knowingness to not knowingness, which moves you from master to student again and again. In other words, you learn a lesson of flexibility once you are able to flow with what is coming next, rather than clinging to the way things are presently. Paradigms change over time, and so must you. Your company may restructure and you will have to survive. Your spouse may choose to leave marriage and you will have to cope. Technology will continue to advance and change, and you must constantly learn and adapt or risk becoming a dinosaur. Flexibility allows you to be ready for whatever curve lies ahead in life instead of getting blindsided by it. From 1900 to 1967, the Swiss were the leading watchmakers in the world. In 1967, when the digital technology was patented by the Swiss, they rejected it in favor of the traditional ball bearings, gears, and mainsprings been using to make watches for decades. Unfortunately, however, the world was ready for this advance. And is it Seiko? It's not Psycho. Seiko. A company picked up the digital patent and became the leading watch manufacturer in the world almost overnight. 50,000 of the 67,000 Swiss watchmakers went out of business because they refused to embrace this new technology. It was not until years later that the Swiss caught up and regained their position in the marketplace with the creation of Swatch watches. Gosh, I remember those. I had a Swatch watch. Who in chat has had a Swatch watch? Swatch. SWACH. Learn to be flexible. It makes the curves in your life path much easier to maneuver. All right. See, I think I read for maybe 25 minutes or something. I talked to chat during it, and that's always fun. And when 3 Dot and Leanie and Sierra and other people are pretty funny. Tupac's, I think it's Tupac's Life, I should be able to remember, is here. And AC/DC is really funny, and there's just some really funny people. But you guys, I'm going to read this now. Courage to Change. It's my Al-Anon book, which are the same sort of similarities of AA, right? Same kind of lessons, steps, the whole thing. And yeah, so anyone struggling with any kind of substance abuse or drugs or eating, overeating, anything, whatever it may be, this book might be helpful. Today is October 21st. Many times I have said, I wish I had faith. And what I've heard from many wise Al-Anon members is, surrender your lack of faith to your higher power and ask for faith. I have said, I know I am powerless, but I feel so helpless, frightened, and hopeless. And I have been told I have the option to surrender those feelings and ask for what I need. Powerless does not mean helpless. In fact, it can lead us to a source of enormous power, the power to carry out God's will. I've also said I can't figure out what God wants me to do, though I've prayed for God. My loving sponsor always says, God doesn't speak in code, ask for clarity, and then trust that you will get it when the time is right. So they say higher power, and then they say God, and how many likes? I see 36. Well, I don't know. Maybe with you saying that, I'll get 40 likes. When in doubt, I am learning that the answer is to ask. Today's reminder, after years of asking only for a particular solution to a problem, such as, please make the alcoholic stop drinking, I need to learn a better way to ask for help. Today, I will meditate for a few minutes on what I need, and then I will ask higher power, greater than myself, to help me with it. Even if we have struggled with the idea of a higher power, we have learned asking for help works. Hey, nice. Hi, Kiki Lily Show. Thanks for being here. Thank you. I have my little AA book. Maybe I should read that. Oh dear. Oh, it's not out here. So I'll get that out tonight and I'll read that. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go because I'm going to make supper, and that's what I told my son I would do. Would read the little excerpt and my courage to change, say hi to all of you, and then sign off. So I'm going to stick to my word and say thank you. Thank you so much for all the new people and people watching in the bushes that came and bothered to listen to what I have to say. Thank you. Thanks for all your help. Oh, thanks. Goodness sakes, that's so sweet. Don't make me cry. Okay, yeah, thanks for coming to PCT is Extreme. Hit the like. Please subscribe to me if you're willing to. I do a live almost every night. I did take off this summer, but put your notifications on all. And this is usually around the time, sometimes a little later, it depends. And help support those other channels too. We all could use your support. So thanks for being here. Bye. Treat each other with kindness and patience. Oh my God. Oh, 3 Dot. You're going to do a show called The 3 Dot and the Dick Show? 3 Dot and Richard? Or Dick Show? Okay, you let me know next time you come in here. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. But listen, when I start paying for StreamYard, I'll be able to have a panel. Can't have a panel on here. And I'm really looking forward to my friends in chat coming up and shooting the shyster with me, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.